Hello everyone, it's me again, Teacher Maricel. So for today, our lesson is about using complex sentences to show a cause and effect relationship. What is a complex sentence? It consists of one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. These clauses are joined by subordinating conjunctions to show clear and precise relationship. Okay, so what is the difference between independent clause and dependent clause? So independent clause, it has a complete thought or meaning and can stand alone as a sentence. Example, his mother became angry. While dependent clause, they are not considered as a sentence since they don't have a complete meaning or a complete thought. Example, because he played in the rain. Now, let us read the two sentences. Because he played under the rain, since people keep going out without masks. Do they have a complete thought? So if your answer is no, then you are very good. They don't have a complete thought, so we call them dependent clause, or we also call them cause. Okay, so will they stand on their own as a sentence? No, they cannot stand on their own. So what do we call them again? We call them dependent clause. How about these sentences? His mother became angry. The town is put on lockdown. Do they have a complete meaning? Can they stand as a sentence on their own even without the causes added on them? So if your answer is yes, then you are right. And what do we call them? We call them independent clause, or we can also call them effects. Okay, so there are lots of subordinating conjunctions that express timing, comparison and contrast, condition, and cause and effect. So these are the example of subordinating conjunctions that show cause and effect. So we have because of, as, so that, although, in order that, since, as a result, hence, and unless. Okay, so don't forget, complex sentence consists of independent clause and dependent clause, and they are joined by subordinating conjunctions. Okay, so let us read the sentence. The ball rolled because a boy kicked it. So this is an example of a complex sentence. Why? Because it consists of one independent clause and dependent clause, and it was joined by subordinating conjunctions to show clear and precise relationship. Okay, so what is cause and effect relationship? Okay, so remember, cause is the reason why something happened, and it happened first. While effect is the result of something that happened. Okay, so remember, there is always one event that serves as a cause and another event that becomes effect. Okay, so let us now figure out how is complex sentence is used to show cause and effect relationship. Okay, so let us read the sentence. Because he played under the rain, his mother became angry. So if you notice, we have two scenario or two events. The first is because he played under the rain, and the second is his mother became angry. Okay, now, because he played under the rain, we call it cause because it happened first and is the reason why something happened. Okay, so the second scenario is mother became angry, and that is the effect. Why? Because it happened after and is the result of something happened. Okay, so this sentence is a complex sentence and it shows cause and effect relationship. Okay, so don't get confused. Complex sentence may begin with dependent or subordinate clause, like this example. Because he played under the rain, his mother became angry. But don't forget, when the dependent clause comes at the beginning of the sentence, use a comma to separate it from the independent clause. Or we can write this way: his mother became angry because he played under the rain. Now read and tell whether the underlined sentence is a cause or effect. Because he played under the rain, his mother became angry. So what do you call the underlined sentence and why? Okay, so if your answer is cause, then you are correct. Cause because it happened first and it tells us why. Why his mother became angry? Because he played under the rain. Okay, so another example, the street was flooded when it rained for several hours. Okay, so what do you call the underlined sentence? We call it effects. Why? Because it happened after the cause. Okay, and it tells us what happened. Okay, so what happened after it rained for several hours? The street was flooded. Okay, next we have the town was put on lockdown since people keep going out. So the underlined sentence is since people keep going out. So is it a cause or effect? So if your answer is cause, then your answer is correct. Why? Because it happened first and it answered the question why. Why is the town was put on lockdown? Since people keep going out. Another, the students couldn't go to school because of heavy rain. So the underlined sentence is because of the heavy rain. So is it a cause or effect? So if your answer is cause, then your answer is correct. Why? Because it happened first and it answered the questions why. Why the student couldn't go to school? Because of heavy rain. Okay, so another, children were told to stay home after the quarantine was declared. Okay, so the underlined sentence is children were told to stay home. Is it a cause or effect? So if your answer is effect, then your answer is right. Why? Because it happened after the cause and it answered the question, what happened? What happened after the quarantine was declared? The children were told to stay home. So that is the effect. Okay, so let's practice more. In this activity, you are going to connect the pairs of clauses to form a complex sentence. Use a subordinating conjunctions because, as, in order that, since, or so that. You may also switch the order of the clauses. Okay, so there is no dictionary here. Let us go to the library. Okay, so do you think there is a need to switch the two clauses or the two sentences? Okay, so the answer is let us go to the library because there is no dictionary here. So as you can see, we switch the two clauses to show cause and effect relationship. Okay, so number 3, my cousin got the first prize in essay writing, is talented and hardworking. So do you think there is a need to switch the order of the two clauses? Okay, so there is no need to switch the two clauses. And the answer is, my cousin got the first prize in essay writing because he is talented and hardworking. Okay, so let us answer number 4. Our teacher gives us inspiration, period. Our class can excel in many ways. Okay, so do you think there is a need to switch the order of the two clauses? Okay, so there is no need to switch the two clauses. Okay, so the answer is our teacher gives us inspiration so that our class can excel in many ways. So if you notice, we have removed the period and changed it to a subordinating conjunctions, which is so that. Okay. Okay, so number 5, our Glee Club coach always remind us to attend rehearsals regularly, period. So our performance becomes outstanding. So again, we have two clauses. And do you think, do we need to switch the order of the two clauses? Okay, so there is no need to switch the order of the two clauses. Okay, so and the answer is our Glee Club coach always remind us to attend rehearsals regularly in order that our performance becomes outstanding. So we use the subordinating conjunctions in order that, and then to connect the two clauses, we remove the period. Okay, so to form a complex sentence and to show cause and effect relationship. Let's have another activity. Let's do it. Fill in the blanks with the correct answer. Okay, so let us answer number 1. A blank consists of one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Okay, so what is your answer? If your answer is complex sentence, then you are correct. Number 2. Clauses are joined by blank to show clear and precise relationships. So what is your answer? If your answer is subordinating conjunctions, then you are correct. Another way to link blank ideas is through complex sentence. So what is your answer? If your answer is cause and effect relationship, then your answer is correct. Number 4, complex sentences have blank independent clause and at least one dependent clause. So what is your answer? If your answer is 1, then you are correct. Number 5, when the dependent clause comes at the beginning of a sentence, use a blank to separate it from the independent clause. Okay, so what is your answer? If your answer is a comma, then your answer is correct. Okay, so I hope you learned and enjoy our lessons for today. This is Teacher Maricel saying thank you and keep safe, everyone. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe now. God bless us all.